Hi everyone, it's Sarah and Natalie with you today on Two Women Talking, and the purpose of our talks is to help women keep life simple. And today's subject is all going to be on judgments. So Natalie, this is a huge topic, and we tend to talk about it quite a bit because in today's society, I feel more so now, especially with social media, there seems to be more judgments.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll just give you my philosophy. How does that sound? And let everybody think about it. So I'm a Course in Miracles student. I loved the philosophy that only love exists. I came from a very Christian background in my 20s. So that's very black and white. Always felt like a little bit of an outsider looking in. Never knew where I fit into that system. So just over the years, I've read different philosophies out there, spiritual philosophies, and the one that really kind of resonated big for me, and of course when the student is ready, the teacher appears, is A Course in Miracles, which the premise is only love exists. So it's this big, thick, it's a course. It's not a religion. So just FYI, if anybody doesn't know anything about A Course in Miracles, check it out. But I love that idea that only love exists, and that we come from love, we come from source. And then that whole, it used to be called New Age, that we're all one. So the ego separates and love brings together, right? Love is where we're connected. And so my understanding is, so think of love as the sun. And of course we know the sun is always shining, depending on where you are on the planet and depending if there's clouds or not, right? So what blocks love? So my only job is not only to feel good, which I'm going to pull some Abraham law of attraction understanding in, but it's also to recognize where I'm resisting love, where I'm blocking love. And one of the things for me that comes up and I feel is when I'm in judgment. Or when there's a big charge around something. So I just learned, my neighbor Giselle just shared a really cool video of Paul Brandt, who is a country western singer here in Alberta. He's known all over the world. He's just an amazing singer, but he's got a huge heart, and he's doing backing this organization called Not in My City, and it's all around the sex trade. And he shared some really sad, I guess, information. I don't even know if it's sad, it's just reality. It was a reality check because it is happening, and it's happening in our city. And I right away had a big charge around it and decided that that's, went to bad, and I, just was angry and had all this stuff going on. And then last night I had my Course in Miracles book club group, and we were talking about that and how, what can I do? That was it comes back to me. At the end of the day, it always comes back to me. Just like it always comes back to you or who's ever listening, it comes back to us and what we need to do. So energetically, I needed to see the innocence in everything versus seeing the sin, seeing where it was wrong. And I think that's such a beautiful practice. That's been part of my shift in my life, just in my growth, is practicing that, not being in that critical, judgmental, I'm better, or needing to put people down so that I felt better. It's like scrolling through social media, so that we were talking about, right? Like you look at it and go, if I'm feeling small about myself, it's like, gosh, it's easy to feel jealous of other people when you look through social media, because let's face it, that's where we're pretty much putting our best foot forward, our best face forward. We want people to see our lives as all that in a bag of chips. We don't post, the heartache and the frustration and the times we screamed at our kids, or we had a huge fight with our husband or our partner. We don't talk about that stuff on social media. So we have this illusion that everything's just perfect. Or, that's a story that we can buy into. So, and then judgments can come up. And what judgments do is separate. They separate. And it withholds love, right? Because in every interaction, one or two things are happening. Either it's a call for love or it's an act of love. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So either I'm in fear because I need a call for love, so I'm in judgment, which means I forget that I'm love. I forget I come from love. I forget I'm made of love. Or I'm in spirit, where I am centered and I am in knowingness that yes, I'm love. And then when somebody does something, instead of sitting in judgment of them, I can look through and see their innocence and start to understand they're hurt or they're in pain, so they're acting out. So, it's just kind of like the old wise person that, you go to and you wonder why they're always so peaceful. It's because chances are they're not bouncing around in judgment all the time.
And I think something to say with even you, like energetically, when you're judging someone, it really bogs you down. At least I feel really weighted down sometimes. I don't like the feeling, even when I'm in judgment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be in judgment sometimes, but yet I know that I'm judging.
I know.
Yeah, and I really like that analogy. Like, I think it will be really powerful for some people. Do that analogy with the sunshine and the clouds and how you were.
Yeah, so the sun, did I not do that?
No, you just talked about the sun. You just talked about it.
I didn't finish it. Thank you. That's why I need you to help me. Okay, so this is how I think about it, because we think in pictures. So think of the sun as love, okay? And the minute a cloud comes around, think of that as a judgment. So all of a sudden, love is being blocked. And my only job is not to seek love. My job is to remove the barriers to love, because it's already there. We are love. It's there. We don't need to find love. We are love. Mm-hmm. Okay. It's the barriers that we put up. So, our judgments, jealousy, all of that the things that create separation, the thoughts, the beliefs that create separation, withholding is a way to separate. Not giving, saying, when somebody's in need and you get defended, it's like, I can't handle their stuff. Look at that. That's an opportunity to do your work at the end of the day. It's not good or bad, it just is. But just look at that, because it's like getting in the flow of life. Do you know how everybody's had days where everything just works, right? It's like you ask for this and it appears, and you ask for that and it appears, or just everybody's saying yes to you and it's just going so smoothly. And then you have those days where it's just, like, why did I get out of bed, right? So you got to ask yourself, what is that? What's the difference? What is that? And I can guarantee you the difference is you're either in those tough days, you're blocking, you're in resistance. You're doing all the things that are getting in the way of the flow of the good stuff, because the universe is always flowing the good stuff. It's always flowing the good stuff. Yeah. So
anything else you want to add, Nat?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Well, thank you very much, everyone, and we will see you next week. And you can always tune into our YouTube channel at 2 Women Talking.
Bye, everyone.